Hey guys, what's up? I got a couple of things that I want to show you today. This is the first one right here. This is pretty cool. This is the JB Tech breadboard power supply. Now you can see here how it simply plugs into a breadboard across the power rails, and you can power it through a barrel jack. That's a 2.1 millimeter barrel jack, or you can power it through a standard USB-A type connection, and it has two voltage regulators. This is a 3.3 volt and this is a 5 volt. And what's really nice about that is that means that you can have split power to your rails. Now you see where it's at here, we are in the 3.3 position. But if we take this jumper off and move it over here, now this rail is in the 5 volt and this rail is in the 3.3 volt. You can also position the jumper in the center position, which would disable the power to that rail unless you jumped it across from some component. Now in the center here, you also have a 3.3 volt and a 5 volt pin headers. And what that's kind of nice for is, if you want to make your project really nice and neat and power it all through this one source and kind of cut down on some of the wires, say, you put your, this new breadboard is tight. You can put your Arduino in there like this. Let me zoom out here a little. And then take a couple of these little header pins and we'll plug into 5 volt and ground. Let me do it this way. The white will be our 5 volt. The gray will be our ground. And we can just bring it over here to VN and ground. And now we have our Arduino powered and our rails powered. Nice little item. Has a power switch and an LED. Pretty cool. Now the other thing that I want to show you is this guy right here. Let me zoom out a little bit more. This is a 3 volt to 21 volt 35 watt 3 amp DC variable electronic load. And what you can do is use this to test your circuits. We have a coarse adjustment, a fine adjustment. We have the USB-A input, and then we also have one of these header inputs so that you can bring in power from something else. And what's dissipating your power here is that guy right there. Now that's an old school tip 122 transistor. We got an inductor. I'm not quite sure what that little package is. I can't read it. And just some resistors on the back. Now you see this is labeled here, fine, coarse, USB electronic load device. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let me see if I can bring it in and get it to focus real nice here. They obviously planned some other stuff, because we've got another, this says SYS power. That says iPhone 5, micro USB, mini USB, There's another fan header. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And let me give you a little demonstration of it and what it's really good for. I've got this cheap USB power bank. I got this from the Dollar General. And it's supposedly 2,000 milliamps, okay? So let's find out. Plug her in. Let me zoom out a little more. Oops. So I'm going to plug my USB detector or doctor or whatever you call it into the power bank here. And then we'll plug in this guy. Get this out of the way. And let's zoom in here a little. And then I'm going to increase the amperage. And we'll take it up to an amp and watch for a voltage drop. Boy, that coarse knob is just so touchy. So there we are at about an amp. And we're holding good at 5.2122 volts. Let's take it up to about 1.5 amps. Now look at that, we're starting to get a little voltage drop at 1.5 amps. Now the fan hasn't come on yet, so let's see the heat sink. Heat sink's getting a little warm. Do we dare try for 2 amps? At some point there's going to be a massive voltage drop off. Oh yeah, there it is. Right at around 1.6, 1.7 amps. She just drops right the heck off. So these are just excellent for, you know, load testing all of your stuff. And I'll give you another example of what it's pretty good for. Not so much the load tester, but this little guy. You know, we can plug, oh, that's the wrong way. All right, never mind. Anyway, that's it for today. Just wanted to show you these couple things and hope you enjoyed it. Oh, these are both available on eBay, Amazon, and Banggood. This is about $5, and I think this one was around $7. All right, that's it. Peace.